Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. I just got done watching the newest trailer for Predator Badlands. It's the final trailer, and no, this is not a trailer reaction, but since seeing that trailer, I've seen a lot of people complaining at the fact that Dan Trachtenberg, who's directing this movie, and also directed the animated film that just came out on Hulu, and Prey, that was on Hulu, he openly said in an interview that this movie is PG-13, and a lot of people are up in arms because this would be the first Predator movie to be PG-13, because it's known for its extreme violence and coarse language. Now, usually, this would really bother me. I don't like when things get metaled down. I don't like when they get watered down. I don't want to see Deadpool go from a rated R setting to a PG-13 setting, because part of the thing I love about Deadpool is his coarse humor and his crude remarks and his ultra violence. It's the same thing with Predator. I love watching him rip a spine out of a man's chest and hold it up in the sky with the skull still intact. Like, I love that. I love hearing Arnold say iconic lines like, "What the hell are you?" Like, Predator and Predator 2 and Predators and the newer Predator, I can't remember what that one was called with Boyd Holbrook, they're all great because of the ultra violence and the R-rated dialogue. But the reason why I'm a lot more forgiving of it here is because I don't think you're going to feel it. Dan Trachtenberg even said he doesn't think you're going to feel the PG-13 rating. They still filmed it to feel rated R. And what he means by that is the MSRP rating system rates movies rated R when it is intense violence and blood from a human being. When it's a human being, something that we see and we can relate to is getting physically harmed and attacked and their bodily fluids are falling out, that's when it has to be rated R. It has to be rated R when curse words are coming out of humans' mouths, which are also words that we as humans understand because it's part of our language. If a predator curses in his language, chances are it's a word that's not part of our dictionary, therefore it's not a curse word for us. And it's the same thing with violence. Hollywood does not see alien violence as a rated R thing. And if you need more proof of that, look at something like Optimus Prime. In one of the Transformers movies, he goes up to a Decepticon and uppercuts this dude so hard in the stomach, he pierces through the stomach of the Decepticon, grabs its spine, and pulls it out through the top of his head, holding this Decepticon's spine in its head as oil and the Decepticon's blood, whatever it is exploding all over the place. Super violent, but it's PG-13 because it's not a human being. You can have a movie like iRobot where Will Smith is literally pumping lead into the heads of robots and you're watching the bullets pierce through its brain as the electronics are blowing out the back of its head across the wall, but it's PG-13 because it's not a human being's blood. In this movie, in the trailer for Predator Badlands, you see some intense violence that this protagonist predator that we're following is doing to other threats, to other aliens. He's cutting them in half and you're seeing the blue blood explode all over the place. You're watching him shoot things in the face. You're getting that same violence that we've gotten in other Predator movies. It's just not against humans. So they didn't feel that it was necessary to make it rated R. And on one hand, this is a good thing because it's going to bring in a new audience, a younger audience that couldn't see the movie if it was rated R. But on the second hand, I still think you're going to get that violence that you want. It's just not human violence, so it's okay to not be rated R in the MSRP world, but it's still gonna feel like it's rated R because of how violent it gets. And again, a predator's not gonna say fuck and shit and asshole because those aren't words that are probably part of its language, so I'm sure it will have its own lingo that we're gonna get to see play out through the course of this movie. And even more so, the girl, I forgot the actress's name that's playing the cyborg in this, there's literally a scene in the trailer where he picks her up and she's cut in half and her wires are hanging out. If that was a human, it would be rated R, but it's a cyborg, so it's okay. So it's just, guys, I hear you, I understand why you're upset, but I'm telling you, it would be rated R if it was battling humans, but because it's aliens, that's why it's PG-13, not because they muddled it down, not because they made it a lesser version of what you're expecting. I mean, he's done 2 other films, in the animated one and Prey, and they were ultra violent because they were against humans, and I don't think that same guy that made those 2 films is gonna water down the very things that have brought him to this point where he's able to make a 3rd film, which is also culminating in a face-off against an alien down the line in a future project. He's already teased that aliens exist in this world just in the trailer of this movie, so don't worry, it's not gonna feel like a PG or PG-13 version of Predator. It's going to be the ultra-violent one that you want. I would say just give it a chance. I guarantee you, I'm not wrong. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you still wish it got an R rating even though it is essentially R-rated, it's just not deemed that way by the MSRP because there's no human blood? Or do you not care like I do and you think it's still going to be just as good? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.